Hejsan hej and welcome to today's live stream. Today is the third Wednesday of the month, and that means we are just hanging out and having a good time. Every third Wednesday of the month, I do a live stream where we talk about everything. We can talk about what's happening on my channel. We can talk about things you want me to make. Or we are just hanging out to get to know each other a little better. Today is April 20th. And that means that I have been down here in Florida for about a month. Things are starting to get settled, and I am ready to really start work on my channel. Moving has taken a lot away from my channel. But now I am ready to get going again. And right now I can't see the comments. Now that is fixed. So today is just to hang out and get to know each other, as I said. Let's see who is here. Someone popped in. Brandon Jackson, hello. That wasn't yesterday. I haven't seen you in a long time. As I said, I have no topic for today. It's just sip your coffee or your preferred drink, hang out and get to know each other a little bit more. And if you have any requests about things you want to see on my channel, I am all ears and I write them down and I will try to get to them as fast as I can. Ghana, hello, working and lurking. That's good. Get your work done, Ghana. Oh, I am hot today. I haven't gotten used to living here in Florida yet, and today has been a warm day. So excuse me if I look a little taken today. So Brandon, how are you doing and what are you working on your channel? You have several channels. Let us know, share with us. And Ghana, you and I talk about this often, so I guess you are working on your commission work, if I'm not mistaken. And now I feel like I have something in my eye. Excuse me for a second. I am trying to figure out how I can have background music here. I haven't figured that out yet. I am working on that. It would be nice to have some background music here. Oh, especially now since I finally got my headphones. And right now I put them on and that was... Let me turn the volume down there so I don't hear myself double. Okay. No, I can't find my mouse. There it is. No. Where is it? Come on. Where is... There it is. Okay. There we go. Oh, it's too warm to have them on. I had earbuds, but I have so many problems with the earbuds. Oh, let's see. Ghana, I need to... I need to finish 150 playing cards. I've got 11 done so far. Are you making regular traditional playing cards, or are you doing it for a special project? Let us know. Tell me more. I suspect it's for one of your commission works. And do you have a deadline for that? And if so, when is your deadline? 150 playing cards, that's a lot. Can you copy and paste and use the ones you already done and just parts of them are changing, or are they all originals? I myself are right now working on oh, Ghana is always hard to find. Let me help you out here. Let me find her for you. Ghana banana. I can always find her, and let me. Here we have Ghana's URL. Brandon, you have, if I'm not mistaken, several channels. At least you used to have. Let me see if I can find you. This is the one you're on right now. Here is Brandon's channel. But am I mistaken, or do you have several channels? I'm not sure. I know you had something with your little doggy, didn't you? Or is that on your main channel? Ghana says, I'm a YouTube ghost. Yeah, I don't know why it's so hard to find you. But since I watch a lot of what you do and visit you so often, it's always easy for me. Let us know, Brandon. Am I mistaken, or do you have several channels? This is your main one, the one I put in the chat. For me, I'm right now, since I am situated, I'm down here, I know what, I have no moving, no packing and unpacking and nothing like that to do. Right now, I am working on a series about how to start a podcast. I have done one episode so far, and that was just talking about planning and preparing if you had an idea. I am gonna do in my next episode in this series, I'm actually gonna talk about how I did my very first podcast using just a phone. Oh, let's see what Brandon says here. I only use one now, but back thing I thought I needed to spread out my content on multiple channels. But my dad said it's best to run it on one channel. But my second channel is my puppy channel called Wilson the Beagle. Oh, that's what I knew. You had a dog channel too. Yeah, I think your dad is right. And then you can look, even if you do different content, you can always look and see what content people respond best to and focus on that. But I remember when you got your puppy, that you started your puppy channel. But he's not a puppy anymore, is he? I think that was a while ago now. Let us know. Let me see. Wilson the Beagle, if I can find him. That's interesting. Wilson the Beagle. Yeah, here he is. Let me subscribe to that one too. Dog channels seems to be very popular. Here we have Wilson the Beagle. Adriana, hi, welcome. Hope you're feeling better. Hope you are feeling better. Yeah, puppies. Hope your back is on recovery. Guys, if anybody of you want to come in and join me, let me share the link here. You are more than welcome to pop in if you want to, with or without video. I was just talking a little bit about what I'm doing on my channel, and my next project is podcast. And in my next episode, I'm going to talk about 2 easy ways to start podcasting if you're not quite sure if this is what you want to do. And one is by using just your phone to record it. I'm not going to talk about hosting and anything like that yet, but one is recording using just your phone. And the other way you can try it is if you are a YouTuber, your creator here. It's a lot better, but not yet 100%. Well, it's going the right way, Adrian. The second way I will talk about is how I, thanks to another YouTube friend of mine who talked about this, he said, if you have good content on YouTube, you can just extract the audio from that and reuse that to make a podcast. And I will show how I did about my series about 9 types of intelligence. I did just that. I extracted the audio and reworked it a little bit and made a series. I think it was 10 episodes or something like that, a podcast about that specifically. But now I'm working on a new podcast about my experiences here on YouTube. When I first started Wilson's channel, I only uploaded 8 videos and many days of playing and take care of Wilson. I totally forgot about his channel and got too comfy doing content on my channel with him. So I thought to myself, I think it's best to focus on his channel. 4 videos related all about him. And sometimes if he's in the background of my content, it should go on my channel. You know what? That's not a bad idea. He can be your channel mascot. I know some channels has their pets always. And Adriana, you do that sometimes with your cat when he's around. He's like your little channel mascot. That's not a bad idea. Apparently someone bootlegged a few of my videos and re-uploaded them. I can't find the channel to report it though. Wow. Do you know which of your videos it was? And Adrian says, sometimes Benny comes into my lives. Yeah, he is like your little channel pet, even though you have many, channel mascot, even though you have many pets on your channel. I would love to see your donkeys stomping on in your background sometime. Open the doors and the gates and have them walking into the room with you. That would be so much fun to see. Not so much fun to clean up after maybe, but it would be fun for us in the audience. Ghana, if you know any of the titles, we can help you search for them and let you know where they are, because that's not cool. Do you know if they just uploaded them as their own without any changes, or... Oh, unfortunately, I don't know which videos. That's a shame. Oh, they like to... Yeah, that's what I meant. You wouldn't like to clean up after them. But Benji is cute to have as a channel pet. Brandon, did you answer me? How old is your dog now? You have had him for a while now, if I'm not mistaken. I wish I could turn on the fan in here. Oh, what am I doing? I hope this doesn't get too noisy. Can you still hear me with the fan on here? I have my little hand fan. Is it too loud? Let me know. 1 year old. Oh, so he's still a puppy. A year isn't too old. I missed that. I'm sorry, Brandon. The channel is under a user called, let me see here, Lloyd's Losondo. Luis Losondo. Let's see if I can find it. Let me see. I found a Liz Elizondo, but that's... She looks... It's in Spanish, so I can't tell you what it is, but she looks more like a beauty channel or something like that. Liz Elizondo. Oh my God, how much Liz Elizondo? She's a star. There are fan pages after fan pages about her. Can't find that one. I'm scrolling here. I will keep an eye out and see if I can find it. Maybe you're right, Ghana. Okay. That's good, because I need it on. Well, I will not right now when we are in the live stream, but I will try to do a little detective work for you, Ghana, because that is terrible. That is not cool. You said, let me go back here and see what you said here. Luis Losondo. Let's see if I... It would be easier if you had... This Liz Elizondo is definitely a star of some kind. I'm trying to see. I can't... Let me see if we do just Louise. Leo's magic. But Leo's is not. That's a magician, so that's not it. I will continue. No results. No, I know. You know what? Let's see if we instead do Louise Luson Google search. It's still just Liz and do videos. No, Louise Losondo. I don't want. I find nothing if I do a Google search under that name. Hi, James. How are you? Welcome. No, that wasn't James. Welcome, welcome. We're trying to solve a problem for Ghana here. It seems like someone has bootlegged some of her videos and put up on their channel, and we can't find him or her. But I will keep on looking. A Google search gave me nothing. A YouTube search gave me nothing. So when the live stream is over, I will keep on looking and see what I can come up with, because that is really not nice. We don't want to see that happen. I mean, you put, hi DJ, welcome. You put your hard work in and someone does that. Okay, we have some, no, I not. We have some new people here, so let's put up the, oh, what am I doing now? I didn't want to deep. Let me put the link here again if someone wants to come in. Yeah, isn't that terrible, James? I mean, even if it isn't a video with millions of views or whatever, you put your hard work into it and then someone just comes and steals it. I don't understand. If you want to make content, make your own. There is absolutely no reason to stealing. I mean, it's different if you do a commentary channel and you do it the right way. But why would you just steal and upload it? I don't even know how they steal. How can they? Maybe they just screenshot it, or I don't know. I'm not that advanced when it comes to the computer, so I know how to steal. I don't even hardly know how to download my own videos. Oh, Ghana, I won't stress about it, but I will see what I can find. Yeah, screen capturing. That's exactly what I thought. Here we have DJ coming in.
Hey, Bill.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Oh, I have premium and I didn't even know that, James. There you go.
So, what's going on with Gemma? Just
What?
in. What's going on with Gemma's video?
Somebody has obviously downloaded her videos and put them up on her channel, on their own channel. Just copy them.
I hate when people do that.
I agree. What is the point of that? I mean, it's absolutely no point in it.
Now,
So, and we tried to.
do we
Good night,
know,
Adrian.
do we know if they also saw like whole channel logo? Because if they're trying to pretend to be her, that is that
We
that's
don't know. We can't find the person. She has a name that we can't find, so we're just gonna look out for her and see what we can find if we can. So if we run into any of Ghana's videos where they don't belong, let's just write down where it is and let her know. We will keep an eye out.
yeah. I hate when that freak happens honestly because we all work very hard to
I
create
agree.
content.
I agree.
Yep. So,
And but at the same time, Ghana, you can think of it that someone thought your material was really good.
yeah, I mean,
So it's sort of a compliment at the same time.
yeah, it is, but that is the too far as well. So,
You're right, Brandon. If we run into it and take a screenshot and so we have that left.
yep.
I mean, it's terrible. Yeah. YouTube team on Twitter is usually a very fast way to get them to react.
Yeah.
How did you hear about it, Ghana? Did someone see your material on someone else's channel? Yeah, someone must have seen it
Well,
and told you.
she got recommended her own content with a different channel name with such because if you're getting recommended your own content without your name on it.
Ghana, don't send them an email. That never happens. Go to Twitter and at YouTube. I think it is.
Well,
Help me out here, guys. So I'm.
at
Is it?
King
Is it?
YouTube.
Is it at Team YouTube or is it at you? Let me see. I have done it several times here.
From
Let me.
the support team, it's at Team YouTube.
At Team YouTube. Let me double check. and write what happens and ask them a question, because they are quick.
Yeah, they are.
No, it's, yeah, at Team YouTube. I double checked her. At Team YouTube, and just write a public tweet.
Yeah.
And usually they are pretty quick to give you an answers. And let me see what she's saying here. One of my subscribers said they've seen my videos on another channel with that name, but they haven't gotten back to me with any other information. Okay, maybe that channel doesn't even exist anymore.
I mean, yeah, there's always the chance of the channel has already gonna take it down for, violating YouTube's guidelines. So,
They could have done that to a lot of people and maybe get them taken down.
yeah,
But I mean, you can still check. Twitter is the best way to get in contact with YouTube always. I
yeah,
mean,
it is.
they are fast to answer. It seems like YouTube really utilizes Twitter in a good way.
Yeah,
We had a problem with Facebook, and I tried to do the same thing, a tweet at Facebook, and I never heard anything from them. My niece's Facebook account got hacked, and then before she had time to change anything, they had changed the password, but they hadn't changed. There was something they hadn't changed, so she could go in and change the password again and
yeah,
set up, but she can't get in now because it requires her to use that code generator, and she can't get to the code generator because she's not logged into the account. So it's such a mess. It's
yeah,
such a mess. Yeah, I agree, Ghana. That's a little drama. If that's the worst we are seeing, I'm not worried someone will steal my material because they can't pretend to be me.
yeah, and I will definitely say it's not as easy as it would have been if we were over 100,000 subs, because smaller YouTubers don't have that much support from YouTube, so it's hard.
But what I don't understand is, why would people even do that? What do they think that they can accomplish?
Yeah, I don't know, but all I know is I've seen this done hundreds of thousands of times, and
Absolutely. But I mean, okay, if they steal Mr. Beast or something like that, I can see that they think they will get lots of views on their channel. But I mean, stealing me, or not to put you down, Ghana, but stealing a Ghana video won't give them millions of views.
I mean, you're right, but not that.
And you are usually in your videos, Ghana.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you,
I don't know.
yeah, and just to think of it, they might not just be feeling your feelings. Just think of how many hundreds of small creators might be going through this exact same thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably every day, thousands and thousands of creators get their material stolen because people think they can make something with it. But still, I don't understand why.
Yeah,
I mean, what do they think they can accomplish?
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't
James, are you
know.
still here? We
Mm,
talked a little bit before you came in about what we are doing right now. I think you have been live streaming, but I haven't had time to pop in. What else are you doing right now? Are you working on something specific or I'm curious? And what are you working on, DJ?
Okay, well, at the moment, I am planning the next videos I'm going to record this weekend, and I don't know if you have talked to Ken about this, but I am throwing up a movie night every 2 weeks on my personal Discord server.
Oh, okay. I have never done anything with Discord. It's like I can't learn that too. I have to count some things out, and Discord is one of those that I put to the side. It's too much to learn. I have a Discord server, and I am on several other people's Discord server, but I haven't done anything with my own.
Yeah,
I
well,
saw, didn't you put out a new? Oh, I don't have it on that phone. Didn't you just put out a new podcast episode?
yeah, yes, last, last night I recorded a
Hi, E.
podcast just to kind of update what I'm doing with it. And really
Yeah,
to
it. I haven't listened to it yet, but it popped up on my podcast player, Google Podcasts. I got a reminder.
yeah, nice. And
So
I will give it and say this for everyone. I'm, I'm pretty much everywhere you could find podcasts. So any podcast player you use, I'm probably on it. I'm on,
yeah,
yeah, I'm on Apple, Google, Spotify, SoundCloud, and even some smaller
yeah.
players.
I think my old one that I just did 10 episodes pops up everywhere too. The one
Nice.
I did about 9 types of intelligence. I think that's. I made it on Anchor, but I think it is distributed.
Yeah, Angle puts it out everywhere.
Yeah, I think. Let me see. If anybody is interested in listening to it, let me see. How many episodes did I make? I made Oh, I made more than I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I did 14 episodes. Well, I will not do any more of it. But if someone is interested, let me see if I can find the. Why can't I find my own? Here, public site. Oh, I should have known this by heart. Here is anchor.fm/PixelPia. That I should have remembered. That is my podcast. It's only 14 episodes, including a short one where I just introduced myself. But that is the pod. And this I made very, very easily. I will talk about this in my next video. I had done videos on this topic about all the intelligences.
Yep.
And I just extracted the audio and edited that audio, cut out everything that was YouTube related, and I think I put some music in the background, and
Yeah, I mean,
I think so. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, making podcasts in general is pretty easy. So you
Yeah.
do.
I will my next video will be about the two easiest ways to do a podcast, using your phone and recording or extracting audio from video. Then I will go into a little bit more about the equipment if you will go fancier. But to start, that is the two absolutely easiest ways to do it.
Yeah, well, just to talk about how I do it right now is I have my blue snowball microphone and I use a program made by Apple called Logic Pro. And
What was it called?
Logic Pro.
Okay.
And it is normally that program is meant for like music artists, but I just use it to record audio, so
Yes, the speech part.
yeah, I record everything there, export it to a wave file, convert that wave file into a MP3 because MP3 is easier to put out everywhere.
And
So,
it's smaller usually because it's compressed.
yeah, it is. I mean, like,
Can I ask you, what do you use to edit your audio? If you use that program just to record it, do you edit it in another software?
Well, no, I only use that one software. It records and edits the audio all in one program. So I don't need multiple softwares to
And
make.
you don't add any background music or music between parts or anything like that, do you?
I mean, I don't right now, and I will have to really double check my music plan because if I want to, I will have to make sure that the company I get my music from is covered for podcasts. So I could if I wanted to. So, but typically my podcast episodes are maybe 5 to 20 minutes long.
Well,
So
that's longer than mine are, I think. Mine are, let me see here, mine are even shorter than that. Let me see. My episodes. Yeah, they are 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 minutes long for this specific one.
yeah,
The new one I'm working on will be longer. I'm thinking every episode might be around 30 minutes or something like that.
yeah,
But that's more story time based.
and I would definitely say, like, I, for me at least, I don't go in with a set mindset of how long I want it to be. It, I just start talking, and whatever comes out of my mouth is what I use for the podcast.
Well, I think I'm going to try to have a set time around 30 minutes for each
Alright,
episode. Did you see here, DJ,
yeah,
from Brandon, that he
thank
has
you,
left a comment?
I will check it out when I can. To
But this, I mean, you were probably too young, but this podcast thing, I love podcasts. I listen to podcasts every night when I go to bed. And right now I'm love these real crime stories and things like that. So that's what I listen to. But you were too young to remember those days when you listened to radio and they have like radio theater and radio shows that you
uh,
followed.
yeah, the only way I know about that is from the Christmas movie A
Yeah,
Christmas Story.
yep.
So yeah,
But you have never experienced it yourself.
no,
And this is,
no,
I think of podcast is like a combination of these old radio shows you followed and an audiobook. It's like a combination of these
yeah,
two
it,
techniques.
yeah, I would say is, I mean, you're definitely trying to tell a story while trying to convey a message with it. So, yeah,
It, or you're just going to entertain. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
oh boy, my I have low power here.
Uh,
I
uh,
guess my iPhone is on its way to die for me. So
yeah,
let's shut that down. Excuse me.
But yeah,
Well, I think podcast has grown a lot lately. It's been really growing, and I think podcast will continue growing, most
yeah,
definitely.
I mean, podcast is honestly becoming as big as I will as videos are now. So yeah, like for example, Apple Podcast is about to get a big update to where they're gonna have a subscription option so you could choose to pay to support your favorite podcast. So,
You mean like a tip jar or something?
uh,
Or
kind of,
you could subscribe to your favorite podcast. Is that what I'm gonna do when you pay a membership fee? Or
um, if if you know how Twitch works with
yeah?
you, with their pay subscription, I would kind of say it would be something like that. So,
Okay. Well, podcasts, they make money just as every other social media, sponsorships, and I
yeah,
mean, so
yeah,
it's just another way of making money if you want to, and if
yeah.
you succeed. And there are so many types of podcasts. I prefer the ones that are, I don't like video podcasts for some reason. I mean, a couple of people I follow have both video, but then they put them out as only audio podcast. And I prefer the audio podcast for some reason. I don't know why,
Well,
but that's what I listen to. I
yeah, I
I
mean,
don't like the video format.
yeah, when it comes to podcasts, I do prefer audio only because otherwise you just watch two people or even one person can just talk back and
Hmm.
forth. And, sometimes it's better because you don't, well, as a podcast creator, I don't have to worry about making eye to eye contact with a camera. I could just talk and
But I don't, most people that do video podcasts don't really talk to the camera, especially if it is a podcast with either a host and a guest or two hosts. They usually have a conversation and it's just filmed. They usually don't talk to the camera.
yeah,
So that's why I don't see the point in a video podcast.
yeah, I get that. And like, I would just put this out there, and you could probably say, I know that whatever, but for myself, if I'm talking to someone else, I feel a little less nervous about just talking to myself about a topic. So, yeah.
Well, it depends, but I think the charm with podcast is that we have, just like with YouTube, is that there are so many different types. I mean, one of my favorites right now that has to do with crime, real crime. There are two guys that just has a conversation. They have done a lot of research and all of that, but they are just talking with each other about a specific crime each time. And I love listening to them because they have such good interaction with each other.
Nice.
But then there
Yeah.
are other podcasts I listen to where it's just one person telling a story or teaching something or just entertaining. I have a couple of humorous podcasts I love to listen to. I listen to all kinds of podcasts, and I really, really appreciate podcasting as a medium.
Yeah, and I was.
People in the chat, let me know. Are you listening to podcasts? Is that something you like?
Yeah,
It's been
and
quiet in the chat for a while now.
yeah, and I will just go ahead and say, like, I would hopefully love to do a podcast episode with one of you and just see what we get out of that. So, because,
Yeah, I go ahead.
well, because even though my podcast is called Animation Chat, it I don't just have to talk about animation. It could be about whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. Yeah, he's a big one. Your mom's house, is that a more humorous one? Hi, Twisted Art Lady. Welcome. We're talking about podcasts. Are you listening to podcasts or do you have a favorite? I am getting more and more into listening to podcasts. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to a few myself. So,
What's your favorite, DJ?
uh, now, my favorite podcast that I'm subscribed to will have to be, well, it's called the Bibbidi Bobbidi Blues. It's a
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boos.
blues.
Bros.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a Disney related podcast. If any of you are familiar with the YouTuber Brian Hall, he does a lot of Disney related content. So him and his friend talk about everything Disney related. So
I actually, when it comes to YouTuber, I used to listen to. Here we go again, showing my age, and I forgot names. Oh, what's her name? That stopped YouTube. Oh my God.
that would be a lot of people.
No, she was big, big, big. She and her boyfriend had a podcast that I used to listen to. Oh, come on, help me out there, chat.
Um,
She quit like a year ago. She was one of the really OG big YouTubers. Ah,
do you remember what her name was?
that's the problem. I'm losing my mind. Jenna Marble, yeah. And her boyfriend, they had a podcast that I loved to listen to. She's not part of it anymore, so I don't know if he has continued. Then I actually, when it comes to YouTuber, I love Philip DeFranco has a podcast that's called A Conversation With, where he interview one person each time. And I love his podcast. I listen to it. I don't watch it on YouTube, but I listen to it. And that's a really good one. That's another of my favorites when it comes to uh, YouTubers podcasts that
Yeah,
I like.
yeah. I used to be into Philip DeFranco, but I never really listened to his podcast, so
No, that's. I think I had another couple of YouTubers on my list of podcasts I listen to that I can't remember right now. And
yeah,
then, as I said, right now it's crime podcasts. That's my passion. That comes and goes. Right now, I'm really into these uh, real crime stories, and then I have a couple of humor podcasts that I listen to.
yeah. One podcast that I listen to off and on because they don't do many episodes is AM to Pia, which they're a husband and wife duo that talks about how they deal with their everyday life with their dog that has non-verbal severe autism.
Okay,
So,
I listened to a few of those, and then I know there are a couple of more YouTubers that I can't remember right now. But that's not important at the moment. Let's see what she says. Dungeons and Daddies. It's a podcast role play. Okay, it's like an adventure story podcast. That
nice.
sounds interesting. Dungeons and Daddies. Is it from? Are they actually playing Dungeons and Dragons, or did they just take the name from there?
I
That's
mean,
really
yeah, that would be cool.
wow. There are here we go. There are so many great podcasts out there. And if you have an idea, I mean, what you have to lose? I don't know if James is still in here or if he is live streaming too, but I know he said he would like to start a podcast. And there was someone else that commented on my last video that said that they would like to start a podcast about history. And I mean, if you have the idea, just start. I mean, if it doesn't make you rich and famous, maybe you do something you enjoy.
Yeah, yeah, I will always say this. If you have a idea you want to do, don't think about when you should sell it. You should just sell it and will limit let out the gate and evolve it as you go.
Well, it can be good to plan a little bit ahead, especially if you haven't done it before, because while you are planning and preparing, you can start learning the craft, how to record, how to pace it, how to set up. And if you, but I think the most important part with everything, if you're starting YouTube or if you're starting a podcast or whatever you do, is to consume a lot. I mean, if you're starting YouTube, watch YouTube. So you learn about pacing. And if you want to start a podcast, listen to different types of podcasts, because that is a way to learn how to pace things, how to use music to underscore things. Because the difference between podcast and video, as I see it, is in video, I can express things with my facial expression, with my hands. With In a podcast, you don't have anything of that. So you need to find other ways to strengthen what you're saying and creating the mood, because nobody can see you. All they can do is hear you. And unless you have a voice like Will or our friend Will, or like what's
Like,
his name? Uh, Ghost. No, not Ghost. Yeah,
gamer,
what's his name? The
gamer,
gamer. What's his name?
describe the channel if you can.
No, you all know who I'm talking about. The guy with the dark, dark voice, the really bass. Oh my God, how can I lose names like this? Not Morgan Freeman, but Morgan Freeman is a good
Oh
example.
yeah.
The something's husband. The corpse husband. Corpse, yes. I mean, if you corpse, he could probably start a podcast about anything and everybody would listen because it's corpse, because of his voice. But for the rest of us, or Morgan Freeman, he could probably start a podcast and just read the alphabet or whatever, and people would still listen. But
Yeah.
for most of us, we just have to use other means to convey something, because we are not voice actors. So
No.
so listen to a lot of podcasts and do planning and preparing. I don't think I mean, I think you should always plan and prepare some ways, but don't stop. Do it. If you have an interest, do it. And then I agree with you. You will develop as you go, just as with this YouTube gig. We all learn and develop all the time.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, I'm so glad, Gan, I have you here that can help me when my brain stops working, because I have such a trouble with names.
yeah.
I mean, even people I have around me, often I forget their names. Numbers, I remember like nothing. But names is, I mean, and it's every live stream you have heard me say, oh, now I forgot this. And I can't remember a name.
Yeah.
Ghana, have you ever thought about you are addicted to YouTube? I guess we all are. You're not alone in that. But
Yeah.
have you ever thought about doing a podcast, Ghana? I mean, you have so many interests. And you could, I mean, thinking about you, and you say you don't have time to do your videos because you have so much work to do, commission work. But while you do your commission work, you could sit and talk and record it, and then you have a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, Gander has technically been on my podcast. I say technically because all I did was download one of my live streams and rip the audio from it. So,
Okay, so she has, without attentionally being on your podcast, she has been there through your live streams.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I asked her, like, hey, good, would you mind if I use this for my podcast? Because I'm not gonna put out separate little voice that she doesn't want out there. So, to,
No, and you know she wouldn't say no. So, but I mean, it's, you know what I did the first time I tried to record things to make a podcast. I never made that podcast, but I tried to teach myself. I just used my phone, and I had, I think, I don't know if I used the built-in voice recorder or if I downloaded. I have a couple of voice recorder downloaded. Uh, I don't remember back then, but what I did, because I didn't have a good mic like this mic, it's a cheap mic, but it's actually pretty good, so I could use that. And now I have equipment to use. I have a couple of good software on my computer that I can use. I have Reaper. I have, what's this other free one? It's Audacity that I can use. But back then, I used just a voice recorder on my phone, and to not have the echo that you have, if, I mean, this is not a very good room really, but thanks to the mic, and I'm sitting here closing in behind me, like hovering over the mic, it's decent sound. But the first time I tried, I just took my phone and then I sat in my closet. That's the absolute best place to try and record if you don't have good equipment and you don't have a studio and all of that. Because with all the clothes hanging in there, it's so damping all the sound and echo and the sound, even if you just have a phone and the built-in recorder, voice recorder, it gets such good sound by sitting in the closet and recording. It's perfect.
yeah,
That's what I did.
yeah, and I will also say that most modern day phones are pretty good to do anything if you just throw it out. I mean, you
Yeah,
don't,
and I didn't even have a microphone connected. I just used this, the phone microphone.
yeah, you don't need about a bunch of high-end equipment,
Not
but
to start.
no,
If you, but if you create a really good podcast and it grows, there are cheap things you can buy to connect to your phone or to your computer, whatever, to really make it sound professional. But I mean, to start, if you have an idea and you're not sure if you really want to do this, use what you have, use your phone
yeah,
and nothing else, because why invest money in something you're not really sure you're going to continue doing?
Yeah.
That's how I think about everything I try. That's how I started YouTube. Now I have all crap because I think it's fun to have all the crap. I mean, this is me playing around here because I think it's fun. I
Yeah.
can play around with my little settings here. Now you can't see because it's, let me do a full screen of me. I have all this I can play around with. Why do I have that? You see, and I would have camera too, but that's my phone, so it's dead right now. I
Yeah.
don't know if I can plug it in again. Let's see. It's charged a little bit now. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it woke
Yeah.
up again. Look at all the crap I have. Oh my god. One screen, two screen, two little videos, two little laptops. I have my Stream Deck, I have my ATEM, I have my microphone.
Yeah.
Look, crazy. Just for a hobby. That started with just one phone.
Yeah. I mean,
And now all this.
yeah.
I don't know if you can hear me if I move over there.
Yeah,
Let's
I
do
hear
this.
you. Yeah, but I mean, if I want to show the all the stuff in my office, you would honestly say, "Oh, that's not large," but with how much I have in a tiny space, it's a lot. So,
Look what I have. This is a small desk. This is not a big desk.
yeah,
Can you see?
yeah, I see.
This is not a big desk, and I have all this crap. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Oops. Let's put you back on here.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I did it.
What am I doing now?
I did know. Okay,
There we go.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I agree, Twisted Lady. You can accumulate equipment and supplies faster than you think. Oh, yeah. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
have always, since the days back in the late 80s, early 90s, when I first started working with computers, really, I have always been a computer nerd. So I mean, my colleagues at school, this was maybe mid 90s. My colleagues at my school, they always laughed at me because we sat in the teacher's lounge and I looked for something in my purse, and I always have this giant purse back then because I had kids' schoolwork and I had everything. And I could sit at the table, look for something, and I started picking things out. And there could be a network card, there could be memory cards for my computer. I mean, I carried around computer parts in my purse because who know when I could use it. And I always used, back in the days, I always used to build my own computers. I have always been nerdy like that. Now
Nice.
I'm too lazy for it, and I have my little laptop because I don't have room. I have a computer in my closet, but I didn't have room for it. And I have a I have another monitor hiding behind the couch there
Yeah,
because don't have room for it.
Mm,
I would love to put it up, but
mm.
I'm glad I have the second monitor because when I'm editing, it's so great to have two monitors. It
Yeah,
makes life so much easier.
yeah, it does.
But I have always been like, when it comes to tech things, I have always been a little hoarder. You see up on the top there, my little camera collection.
Yeah.
It's two. I actually have two. Okay, I know you're low on battery. What are they called? Here we go again, Ghana. Tell me, what are they called? What are they called?
Cables.
Camcorder. I have two old camcorders up here. I have a little old underwater camera that I don't use. Hello. This is, let me see, dust proof, waterproof. I can do a little underwater photos and video with this.
Yeah.
It's a Fuji XP something. I haven't used it in forever. And then I have, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Well, that's impressive. And then I have, this was the first camera I ever bought after I started doing YouTube. It's a Lumix FC something.
Nice. Yeah.
It's one of those in-between cameras, but it's worked fine for me. But now
Yeah.
I'm too lazy to set it up, so I just use my phone. And I mean, now since I got the 810, I am doing HDMI. I'm using, what's it called? It is called Filmic Pro.
Nice.
I'm using. Why am I recording here? That wasn't the purpose.
I don't know.
That wasn't. So, and with Filmic Pro and HDMI, I don't need to use a camera to have. I have really good control using this.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at, Ghana? All my crap? Oh, I'm terrible. I'm terrible, I must say. Okay, guys, we are getting close up to the hour here. Oh, no, we have done an hour and a half. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I always say to myself, let's keep it to an hour. And then, well, it was really nice hanging out with you all, guys. Let me see. Next Wednesday, I am going to talk about internet for readers and writers. Favorite websites for reading, for writing. And if you have any to share with me or the rest of the people that might come in here, you can either prepare them and share them. But if you want me to be able to link them, I would appreciate if you send me a little link beforehand so I can link them in the description. Ghana says I have a lot of stuff for videos too. Yeah, I think we all end up there sooner or later. But actually, I didn't wait to start until I got equipment. I started with this phone that's not even working as a phone anymore.
Yeah.
Well, it's working as a phone, but I don't have it connected to anything. So I'm just using it for other stuff. I mean, it's not in. Yeah, maybe it is online on the Wi-Fi. I don't know why it is connected, but so
Mm.
uh, I started with only the phone and nothing else. And you both were in my chat, in my live stream on the other channel on Monday.
Yep.
So you saw my very first public video where you could clearly see
Yeah.
that I used a phone and nothing else. I don't think I even had a microphone when I did that video. So it was big room, echo, all of that.
Yeah.
Eventually I got, yeah, this is one of the last phones that actually had a jack to a headset, so I could have a little, or a 3.5 millimeter jack, so I could get a little, I got a little microphone that I connected to it
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
But I really started with that phone and nothing else. So,
Mm.
but the rest, now I am in what am I? Tech hoarding state. But
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna get rid of a lot of it. Now that we're here, I know I'm in place. I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna, so I can get the setup that I want here, and then I have a big pile of things that I'm just gonna get rid of and sell. We're gonna eventually have a yard sale here, and I'm gonna get rid of so much stuff that I don't use anymore.
Nice.
Just hold on to and keep. I mean, it's crazy. I have Amazon Kindle. I have a other tablet. I have 3 phones. I mean, why?
Sure.
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, this phone that I'm using as my camera and this little one, this is a little iPhone. I have used for my tutorials. I got the iPhone. I bought a refurbished one and it's an older model. So, but I got that just to be able to do tutorials and compare Android and iPhone. Otherwise, I wouldn't have that either. And I never use it, except now I used it as a camera. But the battery life isn't that good on that one.
Yeah.
So, well, now it's been 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 37 seconds. And it's
Yeah.
actually time to close down this stream. It's been nice having you here as always. And I hope to see you either on Monday on my other channel, PixelPia Live. And next Monday, I want to talk about tips for. We're still going to continue the starting YouTube's theme, but the part of my story that I will talk about on Monday is how you can best prepare for filming yourself if that's what you want to do, how you can learn or start learning to film, and what I used to film and edit when I first started. So I hope we can have an interesting discussion about how we can encourage people to do that.
Yep.
And then, as I said, next Wednesday, we are going to talk about internet for readers and writers, talk about places where you can publish yourself or write articles or be more of a serious writer than just social media. So that's what I have coming. And on Friday, I have my second video in the series about starting podcasting. And this time we're going to talk about how you can start with what you have. And I will also talk a little bit about if you want to move forward and get a little bit more advanced, what you can get. It will all be around equipment on Friday. And on Monday, I will start talking about podcast hosting and
Mm.
places you can use and pros and cons with different hosting alternatives. So you are all welcome both Friday, Monday, and Wednesday. And as always, remember, never stop learning. Bye.
Bye.